What is going on? What's going on, y'all? What is going on with boxing? What is going on with boxing? We do this every week. Try to do this every Sunday. A lot has happened. You know, a lot has happened. Anthony Joshua gets beat by Alexander Usyk, and really that's just been the big talks because changes everything for the heavyweight division. This changes everything for heavyweight boxing, especially in the UK. What's going on? Everybody hit the like button as you come on in the building. Open discussion, but the main focus will be pretty much Anthony Joshua, Usyk, and the heavyweight division. But we could talk about other things that happened this week. Caleb Plant, Caleb Plant, he's really coming at Canelo. You know, he's coming at Canelo Alvarez. He's not playing games. He's posting videos. He's doing quite a bit to bring interest to the fight. I think this is good.
He talking about my mom. He said, "You motherfucker." So you pass the line right there.
I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker. Right now, motherfucker.
You misunderstood that he didn't offend your mother.
No, he say, "You motherfucker." I understand really well. Now I understand English. So. No tengo nada que decir. Solamente como lo voy a decir en español para que todos se me entiendan porque es puro mexicano. Que chingue a su madre. Chingue a su madre.
Chingue su madre. So Caleb Plant is out here. Caleb Plant is out here, doing what he do. You know, the mother was a big selling point of the fight, and now he's going to use it to promote the fight. But man, George Foreman had quite a bit to say about AJ. Salute to Wayne Hennessy. What's going on? I see you in the building. He had quite a bit to say about AJ. And a lot of us been seeing this. A lot of us been saying it, but a lot of people wasn't hearing it. And Anthony Joshua quite simply don't know who he is as a fighter yet. He don't know who he is as a fighter. He says Plant is still getting stopped. I mean, is he? Is he? Salute to Baby Juju. I see you in the building. Hold up. Let me get what George said on the screen for you guys. All right, here we go. This is what George had to say in regards to AJ. He said, saw the Joshua Usyk fight. AJ seemed afraid. He lost his identity. Should I be cautious? Go 12, attack with my power. Usyk, typical southpaw. If he won't hit me, I'll be a ward and hit you. Something's wrong, not AJ. He took punishment. Who are you, AJ? Basically, he's saying that AJ don't know who he is as a fighter. He don't know if he want to be the puncher. He don't know if he want to be the boxer. Then he says, AJ just seems confused. I've been there. Too many in his ear. Make up your mind and be yourself, AJ, a puncher. And that's what AJ should have been going into this fight. That's what a lot of people believe that Anthony Joshua was going to do going into this fight with Usyk. Was going to be the bigger man, use his size, and just punch Usyk to death like all the other big guys was doing prior. They had a little bit more success against Usyk rather than AJ. AJ sat there trying to be cute, trying to box, trying to look pretty. He don't even know why he's doing what he's doing. You know? Like, that's why I tell you guys, man, all that extra technical, like he got hit upside his head. He got beat up upside his head, man, and lost the fight. He says, AJ let me down. Usyk is a monster. Yeah, man, Usyk is a monster. Usyk is a monster. Wayne Hennessy says Joshua should have been aggressive. Absolutely, bro. He should have been more aggressive in that fight. He tried to go punch for punch with Usyk, and it didn't work out for him. Usyk had good angles, good footwork, good head movement, good hand speed, good defense. Usyk didn't come out of the fight unscathed, but of course he was in there with the bigger man. What do you expect? What do you expect when you're in there with a bigger guy that got outweigh you by 20-something pounds? Usyk did his fucking thing up in there, man. And Anthony Joshua, I don't know if he could beat this dude. Usyk is big killer. He's the UK killer, man. Usyk is the UK killer right now. He's beating these UK guys. He's feeding on them. They're food for him. The UK guys are food for AJ right now. I mean, food for Usyk. Food for Usyk. Yeah, man. I don't know how AJ gonna bounce back from this. Who is he as a fighter? I think he needs to leave Rob McCracken for one. I think he needs to lead that trainer. I know that's kind of taboo nowadays, but what how has AJ really improved? You know what I'm saying? It's not like he has that one shot knockout power like Wilder does to bail him out. AJ seems to be up in there. He could think in there and make adjustments, but in reality, man, that guy's a puncher. Anthony Joshua's a puncher. He sat there and tried to box the better boxer and lost soundly. People say, well, yeah, AJ lost the fight. He didn't make any excuses. I mean, he couldn't have made no excuses. He got beat soundly. No controversy, no foul play involved at all. It was a legit clean fight. And AJ lost soundly, man. I don't know if he could beat Usyk. Honestly, what do you guys think? Could AJ beat Usyk? I mean, I asked in my previous video, but I'm asking you guys live. Could he beat this dude? I mean, I don't know if AJ could beat Usyk. I don't know if Anthony Joshua could beat Alexander Usyk. Usyk's gonna be all in his head. AJ will probably be even more gun shy than before. Um, maybe he thought his size and all that was going to play a significant factor in this fight against Usyk. I mean, many people did, but clearly it didn't. It didn't play a factor at all whatsoever in this fight. And now AJ lost again against a smaller fighter. So it makes you wonder, would he have been able to deal with the bigger heavyweights, the bigger, stronger, faster, more explosive heavyweights? Would he even been able to beat Tyson Fury? AJ just don't know who he is as a fighter. It's not like he's a bad fighter. I do feel that he lacked the killer edge that's needed. But he's not a bad fighter. He just don't know who he is as a fighter. And George Foreman, he's right. He's spot on with it. He's spot on. He's spot on with his assessment on Anthony Joshua. Whether people like it or not, he's spot on with this. AJ don't know what he wants to do. That team ain't AJ's not going to improve under Rob McCracken. People, if the UK wants Anthony Joshua to have a chance, and he does, and if he wants to beat Usyk, he's going to have to get away from Rob McCracken and them. They can't do nothing for him against that guy. Nothing. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. Afternoon live stream. AJ Johnson says, yeah, Cobbett, you're out here using AJ losing with grace in order to talk down water. Yeah, bro. Uh-huh. You see a lot of dudes trying to soften the blow. He's getting a lot of credit for losing. He's getting a lot of credit for losing. A lot of credit. A lot of people trying to stick it to Wilder because AJ lost. I'm like, dude, he lost. He lost. He can't fight good against smaller guys. Smaller, speedier guys that could take his shots. AJ should have been really more aggressive in that fight. He should have said, fuck stamina. I'm going to get this dude up out of here like Sasora and them tried to do. Usyk looked at worse against those guys. Those guys did better against Usyk than AJ did. AJ supposed to be the best heavyweight. Is he really the best heavyweight? You got to start asking these fucking questions now. I mean, really, at the end of the day, though, styles make fights, honestly. Styles make fights. Shit like that. I think toughness matters a lot, too. I think toughness. Because if you could dish it out, that's one thing. But you got to be able to dish it out and take it, too. You got to be able to take that shit if that guy in front of you is an equal opponent, rival. You got to be able to take it. And AJ just like I imagined, if Usyk was to start throwing them punches, hitting him upside his head, he was go fold. He was gonna start to crumble. He was gonna lose the fight. And that's pretty much what happened. If there was another round, would he have been able to get up and continue? He lucky the fight ended when it did. Because he had a swollen fucking eye. They say it might be a broken orbital. Salute to Deontay Williams. He says AJ looked bad for a while. A lot of easy fights. AJ is a 5 or 6 at heavyweight. Fury, Wilder, Usyk, Andy, or Anderson. Yeah, I got Joe Joyce up in there somewhere too. Brian G says, was AJ overrated or is Usyk that good or did the loss to Ruiz change everything? Really good questions, bro. Those are really good questions. Was AJ overrated? I mean, a lot of people think AJ is just a media creation. He was kind of overrated, too much money, too fast. They moved him too fast. To me, early on, when Anthony Joshua was before he fought Dillian White, and back when Wilder was the guy, just got the belt and shit, I was looking at AJ as a guy that was still kind of learning on the job. Like he was a learning on the job type of guy, similar to Wilder to me. Even though he carried the better technique, I still felt that he was still learning. You could see it. And Eddie Hearn saw he was a marketing machine. He could get a lot of money off this guy. Eddie moved him too fast. AJ got moved too fast. Maybe he should have had 40-some fights like Deontay Wilder so he could have that confidence. AJ seemed to lack the confidence that a guy like Wilder has. If AJ had the confidence like a guy like Wilder has, AJ then probably damn to be unstoppable. Because for what Wilder lacks in the technical aspects of boxing, he makes up for it with hard will, determination, and hella confidence. You know what I'm saying? Salute to D-Lo 404 Boxing in the building. Y'all go subscribe to my boy D-Lo 404 Boxing afternoon live stream. Just talking about what happened. I mean, is it over for AJ? Is it over for Anthony Joshua? I think if he makes the proper adjustments, he could do it again. It's heavyweight boxing. So you can't be as critical as you could. It's heavyweight boxing. It's different. But if AJ makes the proper adjustments, he may have to leave away from the UK for a while. Come over here in America and start training with some guys here. Get an American coach, somebody that can really take him to the next level. He said no rematch. Yeah, AJ always questioned why was Wilder so confident. Yeah, man. I mean, let's be honest though, D-Lo. A lot of these fighters, they be scared as fuck, bro. They be scared. They be scared. Like if you seen Nick Diaz, right? Nick Diaz fought Robbie Lawler after 17 years from their first fight. 17 years later, Nick Diaz is 38 years old now. You saw the fight. He lost his fight. He looked old. It looked like he even want to be in there. And if you saw the interview prior to the fight, I mean, he looked like a nervous fucking mess. He said, I don't even know why I'm here. I don't know how this fight even happened. What am I even doing fighting this guy? He was a nervous mess. He did not want to do it. Nick Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys, so they look at Wilder like, how this fucking guy so goddamn confident? Wilder's willing to die in there. Wilder is a guy, from what I see, early on said, I'm gonna do this, and if I die doing it, he's willing to die up in there. I don't think AJ has that mentality that he's willing to die in the ring. He's not willing to die in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He's not. I mean, it sounds barbaric, it sounds brutal, but it's the fight game, and that can happen. And Wilder seemed like he accepted that. Some of these guys seem like they accepted that fact that, yeah, I may die up in this motherfucker, but hey, this is what I do. But Anthony Joshua don't seem to have really accepted that. Before the fight, he said, I lost. If I lose, he already lost. Why is losing even in your mind state? And this is why your boy Bushido don't go too hard on guys that kind of make excuses out of the fight, because these guys are just like, man, I can't believe I lost. I need to get my ass back in there. AJ's a defeated guy, man. Like, oh yeah, I lost. Boxing is too competitive for that type of attitude. It's too competitive. It's too competitive. Free game fella says AJ lost a lot of people money yesterday, but not me though. Man, I know he did, bro. I know he did. A lot of people betted on AJ, man. A lot of people didn't really think Usyk could win. I stayed on the fence about it because I knew Usyk didn't know how to lose. And I seen that documentary with Lomachenko and his camp and shit. That Lomas, whatever it was called back years ago. Them dudes are serious, man. They serious about what they doing. It's not about the money. They got money. You know what I'm saying? They got money. They doing this because this is just what they do. You know, really, really, really good fighter, man. Alexander Usyk. He did his fucking thing in there. Anthony Joshua had every advantage. People, he's fighting at home. The crowd was pro AJ. I mean, they put on a show for him. He has the size, reach. He had almost every advantage going into this fight, and he still lost. You know what I'm saying? Like most people had a 9-3, 8-4. Like he lost the fight, and they tried to give it to him because after the fight, the judges took too long. They tried to find a way they could try to give it to him, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it because AJ looked like a defeated man after the bell rang. He didn't show that, like, yeah, I won this fight. Even if it was false bravado, you got to show that shit for the judges. They couldn't even do it because you sitting down, stumped on the stool with your fucking head down, bro. They couldn't even rob Usyk. Couldn't even rob him, man. I don't want all these guys now trying to turn on AJ either, though. You know, where all the guys that was saying AJ was this, that, and the third? Where y'all at now? Like these guys disappear. Don't turn your backs on them now. That's your guy. Don't turn your back on him. Because I see a lot of people now all of a sudden saying shit that your boy Bushido been saying. You know, shit that George Foreman saying. You know, like questioning his heart, his toughness, his shit like that. Like I've been saying this shit, but nah, you a hater, Wilder chicken legs and all this shit. But I've been telling you guys this shit. I've been telling y'all. That's why he should have just fought Wilder years ago. It wouldn't have been as bad if he lost to Deontay. It wouldn't have been as bad. It wouldn't have been as bad. You know what I'm saying? But now you lost against like cruiserweights. Andy Ruiz is pretty much a cruiserweight, man. He lost against cruiserweights. But cruiserweights bring a different dynamic to the division, though. A lot of those guys are more skilled, better footwork, faster hands, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But could they take the power, though? You know, a lot of them got big frames. You know, so the cruiserweights, you can't underestimate these cruiserweights, these smaller guys, when they're going up against these bigger dudes. Fortunately for Wilder, he seems to know how to fight the smaller guys. But Fight Tyson Fury gave him trouble. So we gonna see how that plays out. That's gonna be good too. Changes everything, man. For they would do, and this is also what I've been saying. These dudes in the UK, they've been on a downslide. They all been on a downslide. They all been losing. Just pay attention, man. I mean, I'm not making shit up or talking shit. This is what's happening. They've been losing. Josh Taylor minus him. You know, a few of the upcoming guys, etc. But either they've been falling down the hill, or they just been losing or getting their orbitals broke. You know what I'm saying? Like what's really good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making this shit up. What's up, these dudes over there, man? Is there something in the water? So basically, all you gotta do is hit a British fighter in the eye, right? I mean, this seems like a comment. This seems like this has been happening pretty frequently over there in the UK for the UK fighters. These guys' careers may never be the same with these orbital breaks. And it's not like they like Inoue, for example, the monster. He got an orbital break early in the fight with Donaire and fought through the whole fight. But guess what? Them Japanese dudes, they live by that you gotta kill me type attitude. You know what I'm saying? You have to kill them Asian guys when you fighting them. They ain't, Inoue fought with a broken orbital for damn near a whole fight with a much bigger guy. Probably about Donaire had probably about a 20, 30 pound weight advantage on that dude fight night. And he was taking them shots from Donaire and just kept coming. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, you see them with this same injury and they don't want to get up off the stool, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's the toughness. I don't know what's going on over there in the UK. But other places in the world, man, we've seen guys fight with their eyes damn near shut closed. Just pushing through it. Pushing through it. I don't, it's not like I say go ahead and if you feel that you had enough, you had enough. But this is a common thing over there, man. I'm not just talking shit. That's why I don't think AJ would have continued. If this injury happened, probably about when he said it happened, he said something happened in a fight. But I don't think if there was another round left, he probably wouldn't even made it out of that next round. He lucky to fight in it when it did. He probably would have got stopped. He would have got stopped late by Usyk if it was another round. Yep, Ali fought a whole fight with a broken jaw. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes just built different, man. He said UK the house of witchcraft, man. They see they be talking shit to us. You know, I don't really want to. I'm not the guy to kick a guy while he's down. Either. I'm really not that guy. But the UK, man, they kind of had it coming. They had it coming. And then when Fury gets mollywopped, oh my God. I'm going to be Boxadamus. Because then that's going to be all the UK guys. They falling down. They had their little good run. But I think it's over with. We got to wait till the next group of guys. Y'all need to hop on Joe Joyce's bandwagon. I think he's tough. You got to go for the tough guys in the UK. The Carl Froches, Joe Joyce's. Even what's the guy that went undefeated over there? Joe Calzaghe. The guys that's tough. Because when you watching those dudes fight over there, I don't know if it's good matchmaking or just like the Ricky, the Hatton kid, the Hatton son, and the Martinez. The Martinez dude got robbed. Like I don't know. The fights look super competitive. I'll just say that they competitive. Guys be throwing hands and shit. They action packed fights, but how good are these guys really over there? You know what I'm saying? Because even tough guys like Derek Chisora gets crumbled. You know what I'm saying? Dillian White, he be getting crumbled. You know, like, what's going on over there, man? All y'all top guys is falling down. Tyson Fury's all y'all got left now. Y'all better hope he was been preparing for Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder ain't playing with this guy. Yep, the curse of the UK, man. I think it's like a little thing going on with the UK boxing. Yeah, it sounds crazy, I know, but these guys been on a little losing streak, man. They've been on a little losing streak. Josh Taylor and Tyson Fury, the only ones that's still holding on to the top. I think Tyson Fury's about to fall off. He should have been taking care of himself. He should have been training hard. You can only get so far dealing with a supreme athlete like Wilder. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about any of that. Because if you ain't been taking care of yourself, if you ain't been putting the work in the gym, how you gonna deal with a fucking monster like that? How you gonna deal with a monster like that? A guy that's willing to die. A guy that's willing to die. How you gonna deal with that? That has power from another galaxy. I mean, you should have been really preparing yourself. Stop falling for the hype. Stop listening to the bullshit. Stop trying to run from the fight. Wasting time running from the fight. Should have been training his fucking ass off this whole 2 years while Wilder's been training his ass off for this whole 2 years just to make sure he could beat him again without these tricks because the spotlight's going to be on him. Yep. The UK curse is real. And I think this shit's just jokes. It's over with. Tyson, don't be surprised if Tyson Fury's orbital to get broke and shit. If this dude's orbital get broke, that'd be crazy as hell.
I'm gonna be short, sweet and simple.
Hold up, I got something for you.
Sweet and simple.
Yeah, don't be surprised.
This fight right here, you better be prepared.
Broke. If his orbital gets broke, some shit like that. Let's see what Wilder has to say.
I'm gonna be short, sweet and simple. This fight right here, you better be preparing. You better train your butt off as if your life depends on it. Because your life depends on it. Don't go up missing.
I'm gonna smash your fucking face in, you prick. How about that for a fucking message?
That was the funniest response ever to something like that. I cannot lie. That was funny. I'm gonna smash your fucking face in, you prick. Oh man, I can't wait to see that fight. Oh my god, that was good. That was good. I like that. That was good. Wilder said your life depends on it, and he said I'm gonna smash your face in. I like that. I like that. He gonna have to own up to it too. That's gonna be good. Yeah, Joe Joyce already gave Usyk a tough fight. D'Lo, he already gave him a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? Usyk don't want to deal with Joe Joyce again. Joe Joyce is the juggernaut, and I think he lives by that. He's gonna keep coming. He's gonna take your best shots too. He don't care. His face is gonna look the same. He's not gonna be flinching and being all over exaggerating when he gets hit like AJ. It's different, man. AJ got moved too fast, people. Eddie Hearn, they saw he was a money machine. They moved him really fast. AJ should have had the confidence. If he had a lot of fights, just fighting bums, even bums like Wilder. Wilder got the confidence he has because he fought like fucking like almost 100 fights already as a professional. You know what I'm saying? AJ was still kind of learning on a job. You know, he got through a lot of it. A lot of it was really shaky, but that's how they moved him. And now I don't know if AJ can bounce back from this loss because if he doesn't beat Usyk in a rematch, then what? I heard he say he wants to fight Wilder now. Now that he ain't got no belts, now he want to fight Wilder. Nah, man. Nah, dude. We ain't gonna do that. We not about to play that game. You should have been fought Wilder. That should have been a fight you should have been preparing for years. That should have been the main fight on your mind. Yep. That should have been the main fight on Anthony Joshua's mind. He should have been left Rob McCracken because Rob McCracken and them is confusing AJ. AJ could be a really great fighter, but he's confused. Like Foreman says, he don't know if he wants to be a puncher. He don't know if he wants to be a boxer. He's putting on weight. He's losing weight. Like, what do you really want to do? You don't have an identity as a fighter yet. He don't have an identity. Like if he had an identity, and then he could add stuff on as time went. But he still don't even have an identity as a fighter. Coming up with all these different approaches to each fight, it's not like he's looking really graceful doing it. Making transitions from different type of things, like kind of like Terrence Crawford does. How Crawford can fight different ways, and he makes the transition so smoothly as it looks natural. Not to mention, AJ lacks the killer eggs, the killer instincts, the fighting instincts. I think AJ don't have that fighting instinct either. A bigger man like him should have really been able to just, even if he would lack the skill that Usyk has, his fighting instinct should have been able to really get him through that fight. When Usyk was close, he should have been working the body. Boom, boom, uppercuts to the body. Boom, 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 boom. Wearing the body out. Usyk didn't like them body shots, but AJ wasn't throwing them. AJ was too busy trying to look cute, trying to be technical. This is why I told you guys that shit don't matter in heavyweight boxing. Oh yeah, you looking cute, but then you getting hit upside your head by a dude that's just winging hooks. Then what you gonna do? You rock now. This is heavyweight boxing. This is not. Oh shit, my legs. AJ's a puncher, and he should have came into that fight as a puncher. His team is pretty bad. He got a pretty bad team. AJ doing a lot of nice things, but it seems like he don't know why he's doing it. It seems like he don't know why he's doing it. Yeah, he looks good doing it, but he don't know why he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button for your boy, man. What's going on with AJ? Yep. Sanctus, salute, bro. He says AJ got that gift in London, shamefully too. So this quick rise is more Hearn height than actual boxing skill. Yep. Yep, they seen that he was a marketing machine, and they used him as a cash cow. But AJ clearly just wasn't ready. He don't got an identity as a fighter yet. You know what I'm saying? AJ should have been had a style at this point. He should have been had a style to the point where you got to try to conquer his style. What he's doing, he's over here trying to fight like, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, AJ just didn't. How would he would have beat Wilder? You know what I'm saying? Luis Ortiz. How would he? How would he beat? Could he even beat Joe Joyce? Could AJ even beat Joe Joyce? I mean, the Juggernaut. Call him slow if you want to. His punches land. He's accurate. Them punches, he puts them together. Really good stamina. He's gonna keep coming. Pretty got good agility too. Could AJ even beat him? Because I think if AJ gets hits in the fucking mouth, it's kind of over with, y'all. Because even when Lennox Lewis, they claim he had a chin, but Lennox was chinny, etc. I didn't fall for that. I think Lennox Lewis was one of the greatest heavyweights ever. But he had heart. He had dog. Like, he wasn't like a timid, you know. Lennox Lewis had that fighting spirit about him. Yeah, you can get clipped and hit in the chin as heavyweight boxing, but he had that fighting spirit. Mike Tyson had the fighting spirit. Fight Mike Tyson lost, man, you had to beat the fight out of Mike. You know what I'm saying? That fighting spirit. I don't think AJ really has it like that. It's gonna be hard for him to beat Usyk. Usyk gonna come into the next fight even more prepared. They say it's supposed to be like AJ wants it like in March or February. It might be in the UK. Usyk will go be even more prepared, going to the fight with even more confidence. This isn't an undisciplined man like Andy Ruiz coming to the fight fat, get a belts back to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the same thing. Usyk will be even more prepared. He's gonna go into the fight with even more confidence, um, knowing that he could deal with the big boys now. Just knowing that he could deal with them. I took AJ some of his best shots. I was able to get away from him and really, he's going to go into this fight with a lot of confidence. AJ go into this fight with less confidence unless he does the right things going into the rematch, and it's going to have to be ditching Rob McCracken or adding somebody else to the team. That shit ain't working over there. It's not working. It's not working. Salute to my man D Lucky for the $20 super chat. Always holding your boy Bushido down. He says AJ can do it. Ruiz made him change for the best. Maybe Usyk turned another light bulb in AJ's head. Let's see. Hey, I don't want to fully count him out. I don't. You can hear it in my voice. I don't. But he's going to have to make the right changes, D Lucky. He's going to have to make the proper changes going to this fight. AJ going to have to get out of his comfort zone. He's going to have to go into the mountains by himself with wolves and shit. He's going to have to really develop a toughness that's going to be needed to deal with the rest of this division, bro. AJ seems like a scary guy. And I'm not just like talking shit. He just seems timid. He questioned, how does Wilder have so much confidence? Because Wilder told himself early on that I'm willing to die doing this. That's the risk I'm taking. I accept it. But at the same time, I'm going to be going for the kill. It's crazy, I know, but this is what they do. This is that fighter mentality. You got to have that kill or be killed mentality, man. I mean, boxing is dangerous, especially heavyweight boxing. I mean, Jesus Christ. AJ don't have that killer mentality. Tyson Fury even has a killer mentality. Look what he did to Wilder. He may come off as a big clown, but he has that killer. He has that killer in him. You know what I'm saying? So AJ don't have that. He lacks that. And that's huge in my opinion. The killer edge. Drizzy KO says AJ is soft. Oh man. Fuck man. And I like Anthony Joshua too. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I hate the guy and shit and but salute to my man D Lucky for another super chat, $5. He says, hopefully fear can make him work harder. But he looked defeated. Yeah, bro, he did. He did it. He did. AJ's in phenomenal shape. He's a good athlete. He's good genetics. He has everything going for him. He needs to have the right mind state. He needs to either add something new to the team or go somewhere else totally entirely. He needs to come over here to America totally out of his comfort zone. None of his guys, no nothing. Come by himself. Get a good trainer out here in America. We got tons of them. And come up out here and rebuild. Find yourself as a fighter. Find your identity as a fighter. That's what Anthony Joshua lacks. He don't know who he is as a fighter. He don't know. And he don't have the confidence that's needed to, before the fight, if I lose. Like, no, there's no if I lose. Who cares if it sounds cocky? Who cares if it sounds arrogant? There's no thought of loss in my mind before I go into battle. It's easier said than done, honestly. You can only hope to perform well. You can only hope that you performed to the best of your abilities and you did everything you could. That's all you can hope for. I remember when I fought, that's what the only thing I hoped for. I was nervous as shit. Couldn't sleep, nothing. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. The nerves and shit is real. Some guys know how to handle it well. But AJ clearly just can't handle it. He can't handle it. He looked like a defeated man in there, y'all. He like a defeated man. After the fight, even if he felt he lost deep down, he should have carried the bravado of a champion like he won. Even if it was false, even if the fans, it was your house, you should have act like you won in your house, bro. You act like you lost in your house, dog. This dude came in your house and whooped your ass. But you should at least act like you lost in the end because they looked like they wanted to give it to you, but they couldn't give it to you. They couldn't even rob Usyk. They couldn't. You was on a stool with the towel on, looked defeated. You gave it up. You gave it up. D Lucky, you ain't lying, bro. He needs more mental toughness training. He needs a mental coach. He needs a mental coach. A coach like Teddy Atlas, a coach like Malik Scott, he be coaching like that. Psyching your mind up. You need like those mental coaches. A custom model type coach, a coach that really can get your mind to turn you into a killer. A coach that can turn you into a killer. AJ needs that. AJ needs to really step away from his safety zone. His safety in the UK, he needs to get away from that. Or he'll never be champion again, in my opinion. Unless they put him in the right position against the right guy. Salute to my man D Lucky. He says Blood gonna show him how it's done. Oh yeah, Blood got that killer edge, bro. But what makes Crawford so great, in my opinion, not the IQ and everything. Of course, that's there. But Crawford has that fighting instinct, that killer edge. That killer edge that the fighters of the old had. That killer be killed. That risk-taking type of shit. Like, Sean Porter carries that too. He's a throwback type of guy too. Like, that killer be killed shit. You got to kind of have it. Sanctus says the only way AJ mindset changes is they kidnap his mom before they throw the color fingers out there and knock him up. Man, man, it's gonna be hard, bro, because he's so rich. You know what I'm saying? He's so pampered. He's so protected. He's so this. He's so that. They cuddled him. They had the red carpet out for him. AJ needs to really buckle back down from ground zero. He needs to literally come here to America to one of the roughest, toughest gyms. No money, no nothing. Come over here and start the fuck over. He needs to be around the mindset of some killers over here in America. A lot of these hungry guys over here in America. These tough guys here. These good trainers here. He can learn a lot here. It's a bigger place. I mean, how much more could Rob McCracken do for AJ? I don't think he could do much for him. Usyk, they got a really, really, really good team over there, man. And they take this boxer shit seriously. He said, send AJ to Bud's camp. Yeah, I mean, send him somewhere. He needs to be up in there sparring with American heavyweights or even cruiserweights. AJ needs a different coach. He needs something. Sanctus says, unfortunately for AJ, those trainers are all dead. Angelo Dundee and Mary Steele would have been great trainers for AJ. Yes, they would have. Yes, they would have. I mean, yeah, the great trainers, yeah, man, the ones that can really take a guy to the next level or rebuild a guy, or take what the guy has and add more to it. We got to see, there's not too many guys like that right now. Who would be a good trainer for AJ in America? I don't know if Floyd Sr. would. He don't seem to be compatible with anybody. Buddy McGirt may be good for him, but Buddy McGirt likes to throw in the towel too much. AJ don't need that. Who else? John David Jackson might be good for him. I think he'd probably be good for him. Who else is good? Who'd be good for AJ? I don't know, man. But there's a lot of good coaches that could probably be a good coach for AJ out here. Because that shit over there ain't working. It ain't working. AJ should use what boxing ability he does have just to set up the big shots. Stop trying to be this cute technical boxer for these bozo fans because you're losing fights. Become a puncher. You're a big guy. Be the puncher. You don't got to punch as hard as Wilder. Just put them together and throw them fucking hands. But now you're trying to box and be cute. You should have been attacking Usyk's body all night. That should have been the first thing AJ was doing. Jabbing to the body, using his range to jab to the body, throw hooks to the body, uppercut to the body when he was in close, clinch him. Really, really wear Usyk down. Put his size on Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even a trainer, and I'm saying what should have really happened. Like how AJ could have won that fight. And who his handlers, man, they're not doing. I don't know. You tried to outspeed the smaller guy. Like, what kind of shit is that? Yep. Yep. He says you hit the keynote, Bushido. AJ is a pampered diva. He's filthy rich. And once his armor got cracked, he lost that false bravado. Yeah, man. Yep. And now the question is, when AJ gets hit, now there's gonna always be question like, man, how he react when he gets hit. AJ don't seem to react to getting hit too well. He don't got a really good. He just all over the place. All over the place. This gives a lot of other heavyweights a lot of confidence, and they could beat AJ too if they get an opportunity. Just seeing that a little cruiserweight went up in weight and beat AJ like that. I remember Wilder dealt with something similar in Spilka. Spilka was a smaller cruiserweight moving up, southpaw, quick, giving Wilder a lot of angles, giving Wilder a lot of trouble. But guess what? Wilder has that right hand from hell that he was setting him up with the whole fight. AJ should have had a different approach against Usyk. He could have won that fight. It's not like it was impossible for him to win. He came with a really bad approach, if you ask me. Just a bad approach. J Rod says AJ didn't have a plan B. His plan A was to assert his dominance with his power. Once Usyk showed that he didn't respect it, AJ lost the fight from then off. Yep. Usyk didn't show no respect, bro. Like Usyk got hit a few times, he didn't waver. He didn't run around the ring. He stayed right in range with Anthony Joshua. He stayed right in range with him. He wasn't deterred by his power. Usyk is a monster. Usyk's a monster. He really came to win. He came to win. Larry Williams says AJ needs to study Larry Holmes. The perfect jab and manhandle your opponent. Yeah. Yep. Because AJ has the ability, but I don't know. It seemed like at times he was thinking too much. He was trying to outthink Usyk, and at times it worked, but he was getting hit upside his head too much. And AJ seemed like a guy that can't take punches like that. But now his orbital broke. Of course, he's gonna have the best doctors, doctors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, to make sure he's right. But what's up with these eyeballs, man, in boxing today? What's up with the UK boxing? What's up with UK boxing, man? You know what I'm saying? They softened the blow for AJ though. You know, well, AJ didn't make excuses. He took the loss like a champ. Well, yeah, okay, he couldn't have made no excuses. He got beat soundly. He couldn't have made no excuses. No controversy, no none of that. He got beat soundly. Yep. But George Foreman, man, said AJ lost his identity. Don't know who he is. He seemed afraid. Um, and I agree. I agree with George. I mean, George see the same thing that your boy Bushido see, that your boy Bushido been saying. And then Joshua seems afraid. He seems like a timid guy. He don't have an identity as a fighter, even as of now. Being a two-time unified champion and all that, he still don't really have an identity as a fighter. He don't know if he wants to. He don't know if he wants to box. He don't know if he wants to punch. He don't know if he wants to be a guy that has a lot of size. He don't know if he wants to be a lean heavyweight. He don't know what he wants to do. He's confused, and he needs like George says here. He's confused. He's confused. Too many people in his ear. You know, that's why I say AJ, if he wants to make this thing happen against Usyk, he needs to come to America and listen to the coaches here to tell him what he needs to do to get through that fight, because he has the ability. He just needs to do the work. And part of that work is deciding on if you want to cut loose from Rob McCracken and try something else before it's too late. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.